Hey there, Grade 3 scientists. Welcome to today's Explainer. Go ahead and strap on your imaginary scientist hats because we are about to explore the incredibly cool world around us. Let's jump right in. All right, I've got a massive brain teaser for you right out of the gate. What do you, a giant stomping elephant, and a tiny little bug crawling on a leaf all have in common? I'll give you a second to think about it. Go ahead, guess. Did you figure it out? You're all amazing, wonderful, living things. That's right. But how do scientists actually know for sure if something is alive? I mean, we don't just guess, we use clues. Let's find out exactly what those clues are.
Okay, let's dive into this. Scientists use a very special checklist. To be called a living thing, something has to follow the big 6 rules of life, and it has to follow literally all of them. First, they grow and develop, getting bigger over time. Second, they need to eat or get nutrition for energy. Third, they absolutely need water to survive. Fourth, they breathe. Fifth, they reproduce, which is just a fancy way of saying they make more of their own kind, like a plant making seeds or a bird laying eggs. And sixth, they respond to the world around them, like a sunflower turning to face the sun. Oh, and here's a bonus secret rule. All living things are made up of tiny, microscopic blocks called cells. Think of them like the Lego bricks of life. If it doesn't have cells, it's not alive.
Game 1. Living or not? Shout your answers at the screen.
Now that you know the big 6 rules, it's time to put those new scientist skills to the test with a rapid-fire game. When you hear an object, I want you to use your loud, proud classroom voices to shout out if it's a living thing or a non-living thing. Get ready, take a deep breath. Here comes the first one. Is a heavy, gray rock living or not? Shout it out.
Non-living. Great job, I heard you all the way from here. A rock is completely non-living. Let's think about our checklist. It doesn't need to eat a sandwich, it doesn't drink water, it doesn't breathe air, and it's definitely not made of those microscopic Lego brick cells. It's just a rock, doing its rock thing, never growing or changing on its own.
Okay, let's try another one. Is a beautiful, tall green tree living or not? Let me hear you.
Living! You totally nailed it! A tree is absolutely living. Even though it doesn't walk around the playground like we do, it grows all the way from a tiny little seed into a giant plant. It makes its very own food using sunshine through a cool process called photosynthesis, which is basically a plant's way of cooking dinner using sunlight. It breathes, it needs rainwater, and it responds to its environment. Trees check all the boxes.
Tricky movers. Look and classify.
Now what's really interesting about this next part is how our eyes can sometimes play tricks on us. Let's compare a moving car to a running animal. A car moves really fast, right? And we know animals move too. So is a car alive? Well, wait a second. A car moves because we put fuel in it and it has an engine. It doesn't grow from a baby car into a grown-up truck, it doesn't breathe air, and it definitely doesn't reproduce to make tiny baby cars. So even though it zooms down the street, a car is definitely non-living. It's an artificial, man-made thing that can't do anything without us.
Here's an awesome brain teaser for you. In the winter, you might see an icicle hanging from a roof. As it gets colder and more water drips down, that icicle gets bigger and bigger. It actually grows. So, if it grows, does that mean an icicle is living? Put those scientist thinking caps back on. What do you think?
It's non-living. You guys are too smart. Even though the icicle gets bigger, it's really just adding layers of frozen water on the outside. Scientists call this growing by accretion, which just means freezing new layers on the outside rather than growing from the inside out like you do. The icicle can't reproduce, it can't respond to a tickle, and most importantly, it's not made of cells. It's literally just frozen water.
Game 3. Jump or freeze. Get ready to move your bodies.
Okay, here's how we play this one. If the thing is living, I want you to jump up as high as you can. If it's non-living, you have to freeze in place like a solid, unmoving statue. Make sure you have a little bit of space around your desk. Ready? First one, a barking dog. Jump. Wow, look at you all go. Yes, a dog is absolutely a living thing. It eats dog food, it drinks from its water bowl, it breathes air, and it grows from a tiny puppy into an adult dog. It also responds to stimuli, which is just a big science word that means reacting to things happening around it, like when it hears a loud noise and barks back. Great jumping.
Okay, get ready for the next one. A plastic toy.
Freeze! Oh, I see some amazing statues out there. Nobody move. You're exactly right. A plastic toy is totally non-living. It was made in a factory, it doesn't have cells, and it doesn't have a lifespan. It'll never grow up to be a bigger, taller toy, no matter how much you play with it. Excellent statue poses, scientists.
Let's do one more to test your memory of the big 6 rules. Ready? Breathing air.
Jump! Yes! Breathing air, or respiration, is a massive clue that something is a living organism. Respiration is how living things take in oxygen to keep their bodies working perfectly. You guys are incredible scientists. Okay, take a big, deep breath of that wonderful air, and you can all sit back down in your seats.
Nature's teamwork, living and non-living together. Now that we've had some fun moving around, let's put those thinking caps back on for a second. We've talked a lot about the differences between living and non-living things today. But out in the real world, living and non-living things don't just ignore each other. They form an ecosystem. An ecosystem is basically a community where living and non-living things interact and completely rely on each other to survive. Think about a plant or a cute animal. They're living, right? But to survive, they absolutely need sunshine, soil, air, and water. And all of those things, the sun, dirt, air, and water, are entirely non-living. Without the non-living things, the living things just couldn't make it. They're basically best friends in nature.
And this brilliantly illustrates a beautiful example from the coastal temperate rainforest. The quote goes, "When one tree dies and falls over, it becomes a home and provides nutrients for other living things. We call a fallen log with new plants growing on it a nurse log." Even though the fallen tree is no longer alive, it becomes this crucial non-living base that actually cares for tiny new living baby plants, giving them a really safe place to put their roots and grow strong.
It just goes to show that everything in nature is beautifully connected. The non-living things provide the foundation, the water, the sunlight, and the shelter. And the living things use these resources to grow, thrive, and keep the wonderful cycle of life going. It's like this giant, beautiful teamwork cycle where absolutely everything has an important job to do.
So, the crucial point is understanding the difference between living and non-living things isn't just about sorting pictures in a game. It's about seeing how perfectly our whole world fits together. I want to leave you with a question to think about today. Look around your classroom right now or when you go out to the playground later. How do you, as an amazing living thing, interact with non-living things every single day? Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and I'll see you next time on The Explainer.